Hey y'all, today we are making some trash. Okay, so these are all the ingredients that I am using in this recipe today. Now, this does make a ton, so if you want to cut it down to where it fits your family's needs, you certainly can. Just kind of adjust everything, okay? But this is what I'm going to use today. Now, the original recipe for this comes from a friend of mine that I used to work with, Kathy, and her granny used to make this every year, and we fought over it at the office. So I asked her permission to be able to share this with y'all because I've been making it every year, but I wanted to get permission before I shared it on YouTube, and she said yes. So I am so excited to give y'all Kathy's Granny's Trash recipe. Okay, so what you're gonna need is 2 13-gallon garbage bags. This is how I mix mine up. Is this how everybody else mixes theirs up? I don't know. Maybe this is why we call it trash. But you're going to make sure that these are not scented. You don't want scented trash bags. You don't want your Chex mix to taste like flowers. So make sure they're unscented, and you can just buy the cheap ones. I double them up because the cereal has kind of sharp edges on some of it. So, we don't want to rip all the way through the bag. So you're just going to take all of your cereal, and I am going to link everything, or not link, but I'm going to write out everything below for y'all so you'll know exactly what to put in here. We're using 2 boxes of rice Chex, a box of Crispix, a box of Cheerios, 2 quarts of peanuts, and 2 bags of pretzels. That's the stuff, the bulk of what we're doing, minus the seasonings. But that's everything that I'm going to be putting in this bag. Now, you can use pretzel sticks if you'd prefer, but I use the round pretzels because the pretzel sticks tend to poke a hole through my bags easier. So I just went with the rounded ones this year. And the original recipe called for wheat Chex, and it does not call for Goldfish, but I'm not a big fan of wheat Chex, and we like Goldfish. So that's the one swap that I made to this recipe. So once you get everything in your bag, you're just going to go ahead and mix it around real good. And look, I poked a hole in it anyway. Oh well, but mix it around real good until you get everything nice and combined where you got a good mixture, okay? And make sure you go ahead, y'all, and preheat your oven to 250. We're going to cook it low. Doesn't need to be a high temperature. We're just kind of toasting it. So get your oven set to 250. Then you're going to need, I use these giant pasta pans from Walmart. There's your measurements right there. And it takes me 4 of these pans to make the amount that I'm making. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just scoop this out evenly into our 4 pans, and then we're going to get our seasonings put together. Now, my sister was so upset and excited when she saw that I made this because she lives 3 hours away, and she was like, I'm calling the post office in the morning to see how much it costs for you to ship me some of that trash. So I'll be shipping some out soon. Okay, so to make our seasonings, you need 3 sticks of butter. Melt those in the microwave. Now, I'm using the good butter. I mean, it's great value, but it's the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you use the cheaper stuff and that's all you can afford, that's fine. I've done that before too, but it does have a tendency to separate. So just make sure you get it, keep it mixed up real good. All right, so to our butter, we're going to add in 1 cup of oil, and I'm just using canola oil because that's what I have around my house anyway. If you have vegetable oil, that'll work just fine. Then we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and I know this does seem like a lot, like, oh my gosh, 3 sticks of butter, and you'll see when we start adding the seasonings in a minute, but we have a lot of cereal to cover, right? So... And then I'm going to tell you, once you get it made up to cover 4 pans, it seems like it may not be enough. All right, so 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire and 1 tablespoon of Tabasco. Then we're going to add in the dry seasonings. You're going to need 4 tablespoons of garlic salt, not garlic powder, but garlic salt. And like I said a few minutes ago, or just said 5 seconds ago, however long it's been, I don't know, time, what is time? But it seems like a lot. But it's not. We have a lot of cereal to cover. Okay, then you're going to add in 4 tablespoons of this accent. And I don't know why this year I had a hard time finding this. Like every time I tried to get it, it was out of stock. So what are y'all out here using this accent for other than trash? Or is everybody making trash? Maybe so. Anyway, now we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of chili powder, and I'd bought some from Walmart with my pickup, but then I found that I had enough in the one that was already open, so I just went ahead and used that. So 3 tablespoons of that. Then we're going to add in, now look, we're going to switch to a teaspoon on this one. And we're going to add in 3 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. Now, this trash does have a little bit of a kick to it, in my opinion anyway. But y'all know I'm sort of a wimp when it comes to heat. But it does, like, it's so good. My daughter took 3-gallon bags home with her the other day. But anyway, it does have a little bit of a kick to it. So if you don't like spicy things, maybe back off on the cayenne just a little bit. But I don't know. I would really highly recommend follow this exactly and see how you like it, because this is the way everybody enjoys it. This is just the way we fought over it for so many years. So go ahead, mix everything up real good. Now, since we're putting this in 4 different pans, I like to make sure that each pan has an equal amount of seasoning on it. So I just take 4 little cups, and then now I'm not using this measuring cup to make exact measurements. I'm just using it as a scooper. So I just scoop that up, and make sure you keep stirring it, because you see that your solid stuff will try to settle to the bottom. So just make sure that you stir it up real good to make sure you have, everything. Because you don't want to end up with one pan with a ton of seasoning and one that doesn't taste like anything. So once your pans are all, equaled out, go ahead and pour your seasoning over, and then you're going to mix this up really good. Then we're going to pop these in the oven. I cook them 2 pans at a time, racks on top of each other. And you're going to cook them for 1 hour, stirring them every 15 minutes, okay? And that way make sure our seasonings are getting in there good, everything's getting nice and toasted. And y'all, when I tell you, this stuff is so dang good. Now, y'all know, like I said, I'm a wimp when it comes to heat, but I will eat this until my mouth is on fire. Like, I love this stuff. So once I get it all done in the oven, I let it sit and cool down a little bit, and then I scoop it out into gallon-size Ziploc bags, because everybody wants a gallon of this. They do not want a quart-size bag. Everybody wants a gallon. So I put everything into gallon-size Ziploc bags, and this darn bag holder is the best thing anybody ever invented. It's in my Amazon store if y'all need some of these, but this is the perfect kind of recipe that those are just perfect for. So just, bag it up in equal amounts so nobody fights. And that's it, y'all. Look, this made 9-gallon Ziploc bags full. That's why I said if you don't have a lot of people to give it to, maybe back off on how much. Now, the 3 bags on the bottom, those are not seasoned. I put those out for the kids just as, something to snack on. But y'all, when I tell you, this stuff is so good, and even the amount that I make, it does not last around here. It's gone in a couple of days, because everybody that comes in wants some of it. So you have to make it. Or if you make it a different way, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. But that is all I've got for y'all today, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.